Trash dating in 2023 was. It was
Yeah.
so bad. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was just like, I know I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who's had bad experiences. Like everyone on TikTok has had bad experiences. So I don't know what it was about 2023, but I feel like no year on record has been as bad.
Mm-mm. At all. I was even taking notes of like those that I met like in person and the different apps that I actually used throughout the year. And it seemed like the ones that I actually like met in person lasted a little bit longer than the ones I met online.
Okay.
And I was kind of like a little one, I'm like, hmm, okay. Granted, I didn't use all the apps because 23, I kind of like filtered out a few of them and only used like certain ones. But
I only
try.
met that one guy in person when we went to that silent disco.
Mm.
That was the only guy that I met in person. Everyone else has been on apps, and I feel like everyone has been on Facebook dating.
Mhm.
I think I don't think because I don't really use Hinge, and I got off Tinder, so I feel like mostly everybody. There's one exception. He's from Tinder, but that I'll go into that later. um, but I know for me, like 2023 was just absolutely trash. And like I was talking to like my guy friend about it, and he was just like, "You're the side chick MVP of 2023." Because I just had some really, really awful experiences with men. And I had no idea that I was the side chick in two of these cases. So
Oh no.
yeah, that sucks. But anyways, okay, so this is our 2023 dating wrap, and we are gonna put this
Memorial.
to bed. Our memorial for those who have passed on to the great trash beyond.
Oh, we should have wore all black. We
Oh,
should.
that would have been so good. Okay, that's a learning point for us.
Yeah. Look, I
If
can pull out some sunglasses. We do sunglasses.
look, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I do have the little thing that I wore to my date with that other guy that was for funeral.
Mhm.
um, Lessons learned. Okay, so my dating rap. I had, and this is like a trend that was on TikTok. It was like how many first dates, how many second dates, all that jazz. So I had
Yeah.
14 first dates. Out of 14, I had 4 second dates. That is, I can't do math. What is that? 4%? No, that's less than.
Mm, it's like a not bad. 20.
Wait. Let's see.
You say you
Four,
had what, 14? And
that's
of them you have four?
28.5%.
Yeah. So these not that bad.
It's better than 0. Okay,
Right? It's over a quarter.
okay, 4 second dates, 1 third date, and then that third date begun a situationship or something. I don't know. That's Coke Bay, by the way. So he was the only one that made it to a
Okay.
third date. Okay, so then I put on mine like ghosted. I was ghosted 4 times.
Oh man.
It's okay. Honestly, I think only one of those hurt. The other ones, I'm like, thank you, because I would have ghosted you. So,
Yeah. And
and
that's what I was going to ask. Like, was it just like a legit ghosting? Like, you wanted to continue the conversation and then they just like no response? Or was it like one of those that, okay, I don't hear from you. I'm okay because I wanted to end it anyway? I don't really think that's ghosting.
I
As
think,
the number notorious ghoster, I ghost everybody.
well, I feel like the 4 that ghosted me, I would have been okay if they had never talked to me again. But I was also like, I wasn't interested, but I was open to seeing them again.
Gotcha.
So it's just like, yeah, but even if it doesn't happen, like I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I try not to ghost people, but I did ghost one guy.
Uh-huh.
Um, So that's 5, right? And so 3 of them ended it with me. I ended it with 3 guys. 2 were a mutual ending. 1 I'm still talking to, and this is a bonus, like, guys that I shed a oh, wait, no, 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 guys I shed a tear over, 1, and then
Ooh.
guys I ugly cried over, 1.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
so that's my dating rap. That's the short and sweet of it. Um,
Mhm.
but if I go into these, so at the beginning of the year, I had 3 blind dates with this dating service that I do not recommend to anybody
Ooh.
because I thought it sucked. But also, like, we live in Indiana. So I don't know if she sucked or if the selection sucked, but either way, um,
Yes.
yeah, no. I
I wanted
just
to try dating service, like to have a professional like do it to see if they can find something for me. But I'm interested to hear about your.
I don't have anything good to say because a lot of it was like, "Oh, like, make sure that you, like, expand what you're looking for or make sure that you're okay if somebody doesn't check all your boxes." It just sounded like, "Girl, you need to settle." And I'm just like,
Mm,
I don't really wanna do that." So,
mhm,
I really like the questionnaire. I like talking to the matchmaker. I like being as shallow as I wanted to about, like, what I was looking for. So,
mhm.
like, I liked all of those, but the execution was very poor. So, like, one was just old. I don't know how old. He was, like, 45, and I know that's not, like, that old, but he looked it. He
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Did
yeah,
he look
he
40?
looked 45, and I was just like, "Yeah, I can't get with this." Um, one was a dentist, and I was excited about that because, like, I'm big on, like, taking care of your teeth and stuff,
Mhm.
but he had bad teeth, and I was just like, "Yeah, no, I c" I know, right? I was just
Like,
like,
how does that work?
"How does that work?" I don't know.
That's
I
like
was
if you
like
get a dermatologist and your skin is bad.
right? And I'm just like, this doesn't work for me." He's one of the ones, like, I wouldn't have minded seeing him again, but, like, we didn't, so
Yeah.
that was okay. And then the other one, the last one was a Zoom date with a guy in Chicago, and he was actually really cool, but
Mhm.
I think because, like, I don't wanna live in the Midwest, and I mentioned that, he didn't wanna, like, see me again. So, like, we tell the matchmaker if we wanna see them again, and he was one of the ones I enjoyed our conversation, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'll see him again," but he didn't wanna see me again, so I was just like, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're a loss." Uh,
Probably because of the location thing.
yeah.
That's where you probably I feel like a lot of guys, and I noticed that here, a lot of guys that I've met that are from here, they're really not that open to leaving. Like, their
True.
roots are planted, and their whole family dynamic is here, and they're like, "No, I don't see a reason to leave."
I mean, good for them, but that is not my track in life. So I was just like, nah, I'm good. Okay, so then after those 3, I had a date with I just call him coffee guy. He was a black guy. I'm gonna say racist because I date all the racists. It was a black guy, but he had like all these cool tattoos and he was like very alternative. And I was just like, this is cool.
Mhm.
Um, he was interesting, but at some point during the date, I was just like, I have to be honest with you. I need to leave. Like, I'm over it. Like, it's just, I was like, why is this day going on so long? But he wanted to see me
The
again.
introvert in you, like, was like, "Look, my battery's running low." I
Bruh,
love it.
like, can we wrap this up? Like, I didn't understand. I think he had like 2 cups of coffee too, and I was just like,
Oh, no.
anyways, so this is the thing that I kind of have that I noticed, and I hate it because I feel like it makes me sound like a bad person. But he walked me to my car, and when he
Mhm,
saw my car, he does this thing that I've seen guys do where their eyes get like a little big, and then it's
mhm.
just like, oh. And I saw that, and that just made me so like, he's gonna be one of those guys, like, oh, you got money. And I'm just like, yes, but what does that got to do with you?
He judged you. You were
He judged
judged.
me. He judged me. I don't like that. Don't judge me by the things that I own. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so we went on a second date to this restaurant and he wanted to share a meal, and that's when I knew I was done.
wait, what?
I know.
Like, what does that mean?
He was just like, "Oh, I'm not that hungry. Can we just split something?" And I'm just like, "I don't share
On the
my
first
food."
date,
No, this is second date.
second, still, like,
I was like, "Mm-mm, I don't want to do this." Uh, but that's one of the guys who ghosted me. He go
oh, wow.
he probably my eyes probably went big when he said, "Let's share a meal," and he was just like, "Nah." Um, I went on another coffee date. I think that was the last coffee date I went on. I went on another coffee date with a guy. He was good looking, he was educated, he was funny. We had a really good conversation, but like at the end of the day, he told me he was leaving the country for like a couple of weeks and he was just like, I don't want to waste your time. So like good luck. And I was just like, you're just
Oh,
going for 2 weeks.
oh,
Like,
okay.
what?
Bye,
I'm like,
sir.
yeah,
Safe
thanks.
travels.
Thanks for the try. I don't know. But then he ended up matching with me again on Facebook dating and
Mhm,
trying to talk to me. And I was just like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like
mhm,
I'm over this. All right.
mm-mm.
Ugh, okay. We
That's
have
one of the
rest.
things I hate. I hate the ones that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I notice that with guys is just like, don't talk to me for a period of time, and then suddenly you just become MIA, and then you want to just like pop back up.
We're not
Like no,
spinning the block.
no,
We're not
not at
doing
all.
that. We're not doing that.
Especially when there's
As
nothing invested. Like we didn't invest anything here, and I don't see a need to rise you up from the dead. No.
stay buried, bitch.
Right? Like get back down in there.
So okay. Then there's Restaurant Bay, who you met, the love
Mhm.
bomber, the clingy guy. Oh, this guy was Indian. Oh, I said I was gonna mention races, and I didn't. I only mentioned the black guy. The second coffee guy, he was maybe white. I don't know. And then
Okay.
this Restaurant Bay is Indian, as in from India.
Okay.
Um, yeah, he was a love bomber. He was clingy. He was pushy. I told you, he bought me those flowers from Walmart and then like tried to have sex with me. Just like if you don't take these 5.99 flowers and go rub one out and leave me alone. Like
He was like super intoxicated that night too, right?
he was so drunk. I was so ugh. And then like I left the club and he left the club and then like he calls me and he was like, oh, I forgot to give you your flowers. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then he comes to my car and gives me the flowers and he was like, should I tell my friend to like just get out of here, we go back to your place? Just like, no.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
And do what, sir? Drink water if you need an IV.
Yeah, let's hydrate. I thought
Yeah,
he
I
was
remember watching too, because I was like trying to keep an eye on the situation when we like all like split off to our cars. I was like, I don't know, I get a weird vibe from him that he was like very like aggressive and like
aggressive,
touchy. And I was like,
so
hopefully
touchy.
she's gonna be okay and she's safe.
You know I don't like people touching me, so like yeah, being all, I was just like, oh, you gotta go. You gotta go. Oh my god. I didn't like it because it's just like all you do is good morning and how you doing like every day. And like now that you come out to celebrate my birthday and bring me flowers, now you want to hook up. Like,
Nah,
nah,
nah.
bruh.
I need you to put in a little bit more effort than
Seriously. And
two
take the
four
sticker
words.
off
Get
the
back up.
flowers. Ugh.
Mhm.
But so I told him about it, like, "Hey, I didn't like how you did that, like, and he called me like 5 times in a row." I was like, I don't like this behavior." And he just
Oh
stopped
wow.
talking to me. That
Oh,
was it.
oh. So instead of, kind of like, hey, well, maybe, I'll match her energy, I'll kind of back off, take a different approach. You just gonna, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
Nope. He was
Yeah.
done. Good
Yeah.
riddance, sir. Bye.
Right?
Oh my god.
Uh-uh. That's good because no more of your time was wasted. Okay.
None,
You
thankfully.
know, and that's why I feel like some people have agendas, and I wish people would just be more direct with their agenda. It's like, what are you here for? Are you here to hook up? Because we can go ahead and see if that's what's really going to happen immediately, versus we trying to invest time and then come to find out all you really trying to do is just jump my bones. And
Yeah, like, just be honest from the jump
yes.
because sometimes that's all I wanna do too. I don't need to play games and let's I don't know, why do we do that? It's so annoying and I hate it. Anyways, ugh, good riddance. That's all I can say. I'm so glad that he was gone because I was just like, he was so annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's a
He
shame
was
because
man though. He was dressed all like nice and dapper and everything. We were like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but no, this was not there. All right, Coke Bay, Coke Bay. This one hurt. This one hurt.
Yeah.
Coke Bay was Asian, by the way.
Mhm.
We talked, so we matched on Bumble like in April. We talked for like a couple of days, then he just went away. He just disappeared. And then I saw him at the club one night and I stopped him and I was like, "Hey, you remember me? Like you just ghosted me." And then ever since then we were talking like every day. And it was so nice. Like he would come help me do things.
Mhm. Yes, girl.
I'm
Yes.
laughing because like I just my love language is acts of service. So I love when someone like helps me out. But
Mhm.
he would take me out to eat, like we would just hang out and talk. Like I loved talking to him. I loved our conversation. I loved hanging out with him. Just like all this. And I thought it was going somewhere. So much so that I told my friends,
Uh,
all my friends, about this guy, which I don't ever really do. Only time I talk about a guy is to like shit talk him, right? But
mhm.
to say
But this
nice
one
things.
was potential. There was so much hope.
So much hope, so much hope. And, like, that's the part, like, everything was going so well, then out of nowhere, things just started, like, crumbling, and it was just like, baby mama drama, custody issues, and just too many things that were not adding up, like, things that felt like lies, things that felt like exaggerations, and then, like, I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
too much. And then, like, the kicker, I told you, was, like, I went on my case for Indiana, and I just happened to put his name in just to I don't know, just doing a little light research, and I saw that he was technically still married, so, yeah, so that was a
And there
that
was no mention of that.
he told me that he gotten divorced in November of last year. No,
Oh,
it's 2024 now. He told me he got divorced in 2022, November 2022. So I thought that that was all done. I
mhm.
did not know he was technically still married. So I was just like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Anyways, he's gone. He's out of here. Oh,
Bullet dodged. Oh god.
you know what? I believe it. And I've noticed lately, like, if things don't work out, like, I don't fight it anymore. I'm just like, all
Mhm.
right, I'm sure I dodged a bullet. It's good. It's fine.
Mhm.
Next guy, this is comedy guy. He took me to a comedy show. He was just like, he was okay. He was older,
Mhm.
maybe in his 40s. He
Mhm.
looked it too. But when we
What
were
was
at the
his,
huh?
ethnicity? Who
Oh,
was
white
he?
guy. He's a white guy. um, when he like started when we were at the comedy show, he just like started touching me. And again, I just like when guys just start touching me unprompted, I don't know, I clam up, I get scared. What do you want with me, sir? Leave me alone. Unhand me.
I love it. You just start popping them. No.
No, like I literally like snatched my hand back because he was trying to hold my hand. Like, first of all, who holds hands in a comedy show? So that was weird. But I like snatched my hand back and he like looked at me. I was like, why are you touching me?
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
And he looked so offended. But I was just like, you haven't earned the right to touch me. I'm sorry. Just because we're at a comedy show,
Yeah.
please.
Mm.
So that was the one and only date. And I think he asked me out again, and I was just like, that day, I think, and I was just like, yeah, I don't make same day plans. And
Mm.
did you read the
Yeah.
message that he sent me back? Because I was just like, I don't really want to look at this. I think you did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did. And yeah, it was
To this
nothing.
day, I still haven't looked at it. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Oh my god. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have like 5 more guys to go. Look, that's fine. Th these guys did not work out. I'm still single, okay? The last guy that I will talk about is Alamo Bay, um,
Mhm.
only because, like, we're kinda sorta still talking. He is Black and
Okay.
Chinese.
Uh-huh.
We met on Tinder, like, 7 years ago. We hung out once. I wasn't feeling it. I
Mhm.
told him this isn't news to him, and then we just happened to be in New York at the same time, so we hung out, and I was feeling it then, so I was just like,
Mhm.
"Actually, this could be something." I don't know, I just feel like he's full of shit though, so I'm going
Why?
'cause he just says things, and I'm just like, when people, like, say things, and you're just like, "Hmm, that doesn't sound true." So
Mm,
it's like that. I just like, I don't know, just something about you just screams scammer.
yeah.
But it's kind of the same, like, with Coke Bay, like, I really like talking to him, I like hanging out with
Mm,
him, like, it's nice to actually like somebody,
mhm.
but I don't know, something about him just tells me scam. So, I'm
And
currently
he's
going
in mhm,
he lives
San Antonio.
in where?
Where is he?
Texas. Remember the Alamo.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm going 1 week no contact, and I'm gonna text him again. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I said I wasn't gonna spin the block, but I'm gonna spin it just one more time just to make sure, and then if not, I'm letting that go, but whatever. Anyways, I had a sports bar guy who watched football the whole time that we were on a date. I had sushi guy who was younger than me, I think, but looked at least 20 years old. Like he looked like he lived a rough guy. Vampire Bay,
Perfect.
Vampire Bay. He was interesting. And then I had like another Indian guy that I went to the bar with. Oh, Vampire Bay, he was Puerto Rican. Sushi guy was white. Sports bar guy was Mexican, I think. I don't know. He was
Mhm,
Hispanic. I think that's it. That's oh wait, there's one more guy. I forgot about him. And he's very forgettable. It was a white guy. We went to brunch. It wasn't anything special. He put ketchup on his eggs. I wasn't interested. Anyways, so I'm like rushing through this. Anyways, yeah, dating sucked.
mhm.
I don't know. I don't want another year like 2023. I would
Mhm.
rather go on like 6 quality dates than 14 dates. I'm
Yes.
good.
Yes. I kinda wanna try to do more in person, preferably,
But where?
but
Where are we gonna meet these men at?
so I've always heard the whole like season time period. So like you know how like right now, unfortunately, we're kind of like wrapping up football season. So they say they go to the sports bars and the places where the guys are going to migrate to, and in those areas. I think the biggest thing is just that Indiana is tough because again, it's Indiana. So there's really no popular place to really go to meet a good group of attractive guys. Because I did that at the beginning of 23 doing the whole sports bar thing, and it was like older guys. And then I'm like, no, you might find one or two like attractive guys in there, but no.
I feel like we just gotta
It's
start
possible.
breaking into houses.
Huh?
So we just gotta start breaking into houses on like Sunday football.
Yes. Or look, maybe we need to start working at DoorDash or something like that.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
Start
But
knocking on
only
some doors.
but only accept like male clients.
Right? Do you have a photo? Can they include a photo in a status or something? That would
It
be like perfect
it's a
to have
thought.
that.
It's a thought. So how is your dating life in 2023?
Ugh. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh.
So, um, I named myself Miss 51st Dates. Because I tell the guy, I start telling them like, look, it's hard to get me out on the second date. Okay. It really is. I did work on it a lot more in 23 because I'm like, okay, I don't want to just like write them off initially. So give them another chance. So I did better. After about 9 first dates, I had 5 second or more dates, and then I had
Oh,
comebacks. I had 4 comebacks, and those are the ones that I might have met, like, previously and then want to, like, resurface, splitting the back around, and I might have, like, talked to them a little bit or ran into them and, you have that awkward moment of, "Oh, hey, mind if I give you another call?" type of situation.
okay, come
So
back queen.
right? I'm like, maybe. So it's like, I'm trying something new, like maybe it was just bad timing. Maybe this time be a little different. Yeah, no, I think I'm over that. But so my year started with Mr. COVID is what I call him.
Oh, yeah.
I met him online, I think it was Match.com. We had talked for a little bit, hit or miss, never met until like a few days prior to the new year coming in. And I was like, hey, let's finally meet. And we did, white guy. And I usually date only black guys. 'Cause I don't know, just always migrate to black guys. Not that I'm against any, but he was the first white guy I've dated here. And conversation was good. He was very fidgety. Like he might have
Oh,
been, either
no.
nervous or hyped up on something. No
Mm-mm.
idea.
No,
But
no.
didn't remember that he had told me like a few days prior that he had like some kind of like congestion going on. And so I didn't realize all of that until later afterward, our date. So walked into my car and I was like, all right, well, I'm about to leave. Give him the hug. He tries to go in for the kiss. And I'm like, oh no, she
He was bold.
right? I'm like, after first time meeting, and yeah, no. But he was also very adamant on wanting me to either have him come over to my house to bring in the new year or me coming over to his house. I'm like, sir, I'm very particular about who I bring in the new year with, because I believe, that could be something, and this is just our first meeting. So
After
no,
one date, you wanna spend New
yes,
Year? That's weird.
yes.
That's
Girl, I ended up staying home that year, and the next day, New Year's Day, sick. I'm like dead to the world sick. Like, what is happening? I ordered those COVID tests in the mail, so I had some of those. Took them positive for COVID. So that's why I call him Mr. COVID.
I would have been like, "You bleep, 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 how dare you bleep, bleep." Oh, I would have been so mad. Ugh,
I didn't even talk to him anymore. It's bad. I was like, seriously, and I thought about reaching out, but I was like, no, you know what you did. Okay.
he did that on purpose.
Exactly. I'm convinced. Um, after that, I met a few other guys here or there. The few that I met in person, I went to Virginia for a work event. He was cool, military guy. Um, we had a good conversation via text message, which was good. But then when we actually met in person, he was just very like straight, narrow, and it was just like very like matter of fact to the point with the conversation. And he made it seem like he was real big on I need a save a hoe. Okay.
Excuse me? What?
Yes. So he had this ex that he just like bloomed and blossomed when he came like to talking about. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I found what you like to talk about.
No.
And and he was just like, yeah, she had 3 kids and I was taking care of them. And then her mom lived with her and I was taking care of the family and stuff. And I'm just like, well, it sounded like you were in a good relationship. And what happened? And he was just like, she just wasn't very appreciative of everything I was doing for her. And but I'm just that type of man that just like cares and does. I'm like, okay. Like, well, sir, I don't really need you to do that for me. I don't really have any like
Mm.
save a whole stories or anything, just me and my dog. But it was just like, I don't know. I thought the vibe was good, but after that, we really didn't even talk anymore. Which again, it's like the story of my life. right. So the next one, I'm going to talk about African guy that I date. I call him African Bay.
What race is he? I'm just kidding.
I met him on Facebook dating, which I met like a lot of the guys on Facebook dating from. He was good. He was handsome, good guy. We had talked for about a month prior to, and then stopped talking. I thought he was like a catfish because I would talk about like meeting up, and then he would always have some excuse. And so I was like, okay, maybe you're not just who you are. I don't believe it. You're catfishing
Or
me. I'm good.
married.
Yeah,
That
right.
that's a legit
So,
thing.
exactly. Like you just never know. But we started by talking again at the beginning of the spring of last year. It was like March. Yeah, March. And then we finally met right before I took my trip to Virginia. And I was like, oh, okay. Went to Top Golf. And he was
Ooh,
tall, dark, handsome. So I was like, okay,
okay.
I like this. This could be a vibe. Conversation was good. He admitted he being nervous. I actually went in, gave him a hug and everything afterwards. And we had talked about, continue the conversation and talking and getting to know each other. So all good. No red flags, nothing. But we started spending more time together, and I don't know, just like the conversation after a while just kind of got like weird, where he was just like, I would reach out to him, wouldn't hear from him for, a bit, and then I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, what is this? Girl, he had the audacity to flip it all the way around on me and was like, I feel like you're not being as open and everything with me. And I feel like you're very closed offish. And when I reach out to you, it takes hours now for you to respond versus you used to respond quicker. I'm like, well, first of all, sir, I have a job. So
Here to do
you're
your
texting me.
bidding when you want it. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, and not to mention that, hey, I have a whole nother work phone. I have applicants. Like, things can change at any given moment while I'm at work. And yeah, but okay. And so we broke things off. And then he reached out like a week later and was like, hey, I want to give this another shot. I feel like I didn't really give you a chance. And I'm like, yeah, no, you didn't, because you came up with this made up story out of nowhere, which I'm like, what are you talking about? We just spent like the whole weekend together, and now suddenly you feel like I'm being distant and stuff. Like, it's not making sense. But girl, we were supposed to met back up once I got back from my trip, and I didn't hear from him that day, and then finally after
Your
just met
birthday? Oh wait, what trip?
my Miami trip.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
And so he reached out via text message and was like, hey, I feel like I should let you know because I know we were trying to start again, but I just found out that a girl I was talking to right before we started talking is pregnant and she's due in January. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, at this
Goodbye.
point,
I have
this was
nothing
like
else to say.
May. And I'm like doing the math. I'm like, wait a minute, she's due in January, which she probably should have had the baby by now. But I like started doing the math and I was like, sir, we like legitimately like really started talking in like April. So that means y'all had to like hook up like right before we started talking.
Or
Mm,
as y'all were talking, because you know they be
exactly.
lying.
Yes, exactly. Especially when I said it was like that whole back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
like you just go ghost, whatever. But I'm like, girl, I laughed so hard and I was like, bullet dodged. Thank you.
100%. 100%.
Because I'm like, it was a reason why I felt like, don't you know how you have those vibes where it's like you don't want to fully open up, like something is just telling you to reserve a little bit. I was getting those vibes, and I was
Oh,
going to force myself to open up more. And like, okay, maybe it's me, maybe I'm being closed off. But no, God was like, here, little stupid, let me show you this.
I'm to the point now where I'm like, it's never me. It's always them. Like, I just need to trust my intuition. If it's telling me like something's not right, then something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
100.
That one hurt. I will say it did hurt. Because I saw like all the potential and stuff, and we were like really like investing time and spending time together. So That one hurt a little bit.
It's
I don't
the
think I cried.
potential part, I think, that really hurts. Like, we see like, I think most females, like, we see potential. So when things
Mhm.
don't work out, like, we get really hurt because we're focusing on potential, not like what's in front of our faces, which is something I'm working on for 2024. Like, I no longer see potential. I
Yeah.
see no potential. I just see what's in
Mm-mm.
front of me. Because y'all not about to trick me this year. I've had enough.
Mhm. Yep. It's like, no, mm-mm. Show me who you are. Sorry, show me who you are.
Mhm.
Another one that stung. This one, did I cry I didn't cry for this one. I felt type of way about this one. Holly Bay.
Oh, Polly Bay. Yes,
Holly Bay.
dish.
I met him at a festival. We went to, I forgot which one of the festivals it was.
Y'all,
And
she disappeared on us. We were like, where is she?
he was the police. I was saved. Because he came out of nowhere. He literally like swooped in. I'm standing in a line trying to figure out what I wanted to eat. And here he comes with this deep voice. It's like, I don't think you should eat here.
Oh,
Huh? Oh,
the deep
hey,
voice
sir.
gets us every time.
Right in uniform and everything. I'm just like, okay. Well, where do you think I should eat, sir? And so that's how it started. And he got me food, one of his little food trucks, and then offered for me to sit in the car with him. And we was chit chatting and stuff. And I was like, okay, I can see this. I can see this happening, which is what I'm not gonna do in 2024.
No, no, we ain't doing it.
No. But we hung out for a while. We were spending time together, going out to dinner, hanging out. He came over, he cooked. Like things were good until they weren't. And we stopped talking. And I had ended up going on my cruise. And when I got back from my cruise, well, while I was on my cruise, he reached out to me and left me a voicemail and was like, hey, he want to talk about things, see if we can make it work and stuff like that. So when I got back, I had well, I texted him then because when you're out there on the water, signal is spotty here and there. So I had reached out and I was like, hey, yeah, you can come pick me up from the airport
Yes, make them
and
work.
take me home. Yes, and we can talk about it from there. And so what he did, he showed up late. Okay, but he showed up and we talked about it. And I still had some hesitancy because I was like, well, what have you been doing for like the past week or so? You suddenly just want to make this work. He admitted to talking to another girl, and he was just like, things didn't work out because she was just a pretty face, but no real substance. But the whole time I was like thinking about you. And I'm like, well, sir, how are you really thinking about me and what we had going on? But you out here trying it out with somebody else. Now, what if she has substance and that pretty face? Would you even be here right now? Just like stuff like that. I'm just like, mm,
I hate when
you've been
guys
trying.
say stuff like that. Like, that annoys me so much. Like, oh, well, I was with her, but I was thinking about you. Is that supposed to make me feel good? Because it doesn't.
Right?
It actually makes me feel really icky. Like, you could have kept that to yourself. And also, you probably weren't thinking about me while you're like head first in some pussy. Like, please be for real. Ugh,
Exactly.
ugh,
Exactly. Well, we
disgusting.
gave it a shot for about a week. I took a road trip to go visit one of my friends for her retirement. He had a death in his family, so he took a road trip back home. And when we came back, like we were fine. We were talking while I was there and he was there and everything. But when I came back, I'm like, I know he's supposed to be back by now. I haven't heard from him. So I reached out to him and this was like on a Monday. At the end of the day, I'm like, where is he? Nothing, no call, no nothing. So I call him and he's like, oh, I'm at work. I was going to hit you up. I'm like, sir, you got back yesterday. And, and here it is, the middle of the afternoon on a Monday. When was you going to hit me up? So he had a problem about the fact that I felt some type of way about not hearing from him. And I'm just like, I'm just genuinely concerned. You drove partially across the country and I haven't heard from you. Like, what? I'm just trying to check on you. If you don't want me to care, sir, then I will not care. Okay, you just
It's
let me know.
giving he was talking to that girl with no substance. It's
Like,
giving
Yes.
He has something to hide. Sorry,
Exactly.
sorry.
So I'm like, who trips over the fact that I'm just asking you like to check on you, whatever. But anywho, needless to say, we didn't talk anymore after that conversation. So that's how Holly Bay died. R.I.P. Black guy.
R.I.P. Or should he be resting in peace?
Right?
Rest in
Rest in peace.
hell. Oh,
Right.
piss. Okay. Hell or piss or both.
Right. Dehydrated piss at that. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna run into him though at one point. I do, especially like another festival or something. 2024. I feel like I'm gonna run into him.
Well, hopefully you
Boy.
have like another man on your arm. So
But yes, now he's directing me on where I should eat and stuff. That other one, Uptight Bay. Uptight Bay, another
oh.
black guy, met on Facebook. We hung out for a bit as well. I call him Uptight Bay because he just was always so I always get the ones that are just very like uptight. It's like loosen up, sir. Live a little, laugh. Like life is okay. I'm not here to take anything from you. But we would meet more so after work. Never really had a weekend outing. Besides one time we went to a concert, but it was okay. He had this infatuation though with this one restaurant called the Yummy Bowl.
I
And
don't
that's
get
all
it. I've never
that
been there, but you said it was Mongolian, right?
yes. Where you like get all the stuff in a line, put it in your bowl, what you want to eat. They cook it up for you, bring it to you. And I'm just like, I
Yeah.
get it, but this is all we doing. And so how are we growing from here? But anyway, long story short, his birthday, same month as mine. Told him about my trip to Barbados, to celebrate. He apparently didn't have a trip planned for his birthday. And so, how you just throw things out there? I was like, well, maybe
And
you should come to me on my trip.
he was grabbing onto her.
Right. Then he grabbed on the ticket. It was like, I'm running with it. I'm coming to Barbados. Oh, okay. So you coming to Barbados with me? Okay. Um, Mentioned about sharing a room. And at that point, I'm like, well, we haven't really talked about what we're doing. We've only hung out like a few times at this point, and I'm not going to feel comfortable sharing a room with you, sir.
And
And
how
I
many
don't know,
dates had y'all gone on? Like
it
2?
has been like
3?
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a two, maybe three. And no kissing, like we still
Mm-mm.
doing like the church hug.
Mm-mm. No, I'm
But
not
you want
sharing
to
a room
share a
with you,
room?
sir.
Yeah,
No.
like no. So anywho, he ended up coming, and that's where everything went downhill. Oh no, rewind. So I did have the conversation with him to find out like what are we doing? Like what is this? And so I'm reading it right, you're reading it right before this trip comes, and we're on the same page. And so I told him I was like, hey, how would you how would you grade what we have going on? Like, so I'll know and that we're on the same page. Hey, he basically was just like, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my own thing, and we just like hang out time to time.
That would be all
Cool.
I needed to know. That would be
Exactly.
it. I would be like, okay, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're doing our own thing. That's all I used to know. So when it came time for my birthday trip, I knew where we were. I knew there wasn't going to be any expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You're single, sir. I'm single. And yeah, but we got out there. He completely missed his flight and didn't get there till the next day in the evening.
Dude, that would
He,
turn me off. Like, even if I was like, if I was unsure about him, I don't know, sometimes missing your flight. I don't know. And I'm someone who always misses something. I'm always late. But I don't know, something about like a man who says he wants to come on a trip with me and then he misses the flight. I don't know. That just
yeah,
no,
it,
something about it. I don't know if it's weird, but like I just be like, ugh, I'm not interested.
yeah. I'm like, you don't have proper time management, nor can you like get yourself together when you be like. How you supposed to lead us? Not gonna work. But he got out there and again, he tried to set expectation. He just like wanted me to come to his room. And this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, no, no,
No,
sir. He was like, well, I figured that, we could like chop it up a little bit. About what? Where we going back over to the water? No, but to my room. No, ain't nothing we need to
no.
talk about 2 o'clock in
Ain't,
the morning, sir.
ain't nothing going on good after 2 a.m.
Mm,
No.
exactly. And I don't want to get the wrong impression of you doing your own thing and me doing my own thing. I don't want to cross ties. So needless to say, that was pretty much about the last time that we did talk at all out there really. He was doing his own thing. He would get up and he would go out and explore in town. Didn't ask if I wanted to come join, didn't ask what I was going on, nothing. So I'm like,
He was
okay,
doing
maybe
his own thing.
exactly. And I'm just like, I ain't even mad at you. Cool. But that died out there, RIP in Barbados. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't even have words for 2023, but if I did, what would come to mind? Just trash. Just trash. Trash is the
Yeah.
only word that comes to mind right now. Just
Yeah.
I never want a year like 2023 again, as far as dating is concerned. Like I'm good. Honestly, I would rather go on 0 dates. If someone's like, do you want to repeat 2023 or just be single for the rest of your life? I'd probably choose being single for the rest of my life. 'Cause
Single for 1,000, Alex.
right? Because it was not worth it. Like the time and effort to get ready, the energy that I was putting forth, and I feel like I'm good at conversations. I'm good at dating, and I will never get that energy or time back for like these useless, worthless men that I spent my time on. So I'm being very intentional this year, which
Yes.
means fewer dates.
Yes. 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 I agree. So a lot of them, I think I was just entertaining them for the purposes of trying to entertain them and try. But it was like ultimately new, like, yeah, I don't really think this is going to go anywhere and just trying to take a chance.
Right? Oh my goodness. Well, I think we did our dating 2023 wrap, and I feel like we should wrap it up here with a big old F you to 2023. What the fuck was that? Oh my goodness.
I'm
So,
going to blame it on being an odd number year.
oh, okay. You know what? My friend, she said 2024 is the year of the dragon, and it's supposed to be a lucky year for like relationships or marriage or whatever. So maybe this is our year. I don't know.
One of my friends, she just posted on Facebook yesterday that she's engaged. So I'm like, okay, come through.
Wow.
And she was single for a while and navigating the dating world. But I saw the pictures. I'm like, okay, queen. Yes. So
We love to see it. We're claiming it and speaking it into existence for ourselves.
hey,
Oh, goodness. Well, this was fun. It's fun catching up, talking about our dating life.
yes. Here is to 2024 of prosperity and love and abundance. Okay.
We ate our grapes. So hopefully that's true.
Yes, we have to
Anyways,
link to the video or something or like an image of us eating the grapes. It
oh
happened.
yeah. I'll do that. I'll post that on social medias. Anyways, thank you guys for listening and for joining us. We will be providing you content on a regular basis. I don't know what that means right now. Maybe it's weekly, maybe it's every other 2 weeks. Who knows?
See what 2024 leads us.
Yeah, we'll see what 2024 leads us. But we hope you enjoyed and we hope you stay tuned for episodes in the future.